Let's talk about one of the weirdest things we all do. We are absolutely meticulous about being on time for other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we're always late. This is all about the most important meeting you will ever have and why you keep blowing it off. Okay, just think about this for a second. Imagine a billionaire calls you up. They want to give you $1 million, no strings attached. All you have to do is show up for a meeting. On time. Are you going to be late? Of course not. No way. You'd be there an hour early, right? Wearing your absolute best outfit. A blizzard, a traffic jam, nothing could stop you from getting to that meeting. But now look at the other side. When the appointment is with your own future, the one that could actually make you wealthy in every sense of the word, what do? We hit snooze. We say, I'll do it tomorrow. We stay stuck. So what gives? What is the difference? To really get this, let me tell you a story about a guy named Kamran. And Kamran, well, he's a good guy. He's got these huge dreams, but he is caught in a trap, a daily cycle that's just grinding those dreams into dust. And I have a feeling his story might sound a little familiar. Every single morning, it's the same thing. The alarm blasts him awake. He drags himself to a job that just crushes his soul a little bit more each day, selling off his precious, irreplaceable hours for a paycheck that just never feels like enough. He gets home, totally exhausted, collapses on the sofa, and what does he do? He scrolls on his phone, just watching other people live the life that he secretly wants. It's a life of quiet desperation. And he tells himself the same thing we all tell ourselves. This right here, this might be the single most dangerous lie in the entire world. I don't have time right now. One day I'll be ready. The problem is, one day is a destination that never ever shows up on the map.
And this is the real cost of that lie. I mean, look at this. At 25, Kamran had these huge dreams. Fast forward a decade, he's 35, and he's stuck in the same job, the same routine. By 45, the dreams are pretty much gone, replaced by gray hairs and a bank account that's just empty. It's not that he was failing spectacularly. He just wasn't going anywhere. He was just waiting.
But then, one random afternoon, he's sitting on a park bench, just feeling the heavy weight of all his regrets, and something happened. An old man came and sat down next to him, and he shared a piece of wisdom that would completely flip Kamran's world upside down. The old man called it the 24-hour paradox. He said, look, time is the great equalizer. Think about it. A king, a billionaire, you, me, we all get the exact same 24 hours. So the problem isn't a lack of time. The real problem is that we give our time away for free to things that do absolutely nothing to build our future. And then the old man just drops this truth bomb on him. You are not poor because you lack money. You are poor because you have not scheduled a meeting with your future. Wow. I mean, that one sentence just hit Kamran like a lightning bolt. He realized his poverty wasn't about money. It was a poverty of priority. That night, something shifted in Kamran. He decided he was done being poor. He went home, and for the very first time in his life, he scheduled that critical meeting. It was time to stop thinking and start doing. He made a simple commitment. Every single night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., he had a sacred meeting scheduled, a meeting with the single greatest power in his life, himself. The TV went off, the phone went off. That 1 hour became completely non-negotiable. So was it easy? Oh, absolutely not. That first week was a total war. His brain was screaming for that cheap dopamine hit from social media. His body was begging him to just collapse on the couch. And that little voice in his head just kept whispering, just skip tonight. You're tired. You can always start fresh tomorrow. But his mission was simple. Show up, no matter what. He had to honor the appointment. And he did. He kept showing up. And as he fought through that initial boredom and that resistance, something pretty magical started to happen. That 1 hour, day after day after day, it started to stack up. It was like laying one brick at a time, until suddenly you realize you're building a fortress. This is the compound effect in real life. It all starts with just that 1 hour. I mean, it feels like nothing, right? It's so small you think it's insignificant. In that first week, he didn't build an empire. He read a few pages of a book about coding. He watched a single tutorial. He wrote one line of code. But that 1 hour, protected from everything else, that was the first brick. And that 1 hour a day, it quickly becomes 30 hours in a month. Just stop and think about that. That is almost a full work week dedicated entirely to you. While everyone else was scrolling mindlessly, Kamran was learning. He finished the book. He built the tiny project. The foundation was getting stronger. And, after a few months, all those 30-hour chunks of focused work, they compounded into something real, something tangible, a new skill. He could actually build a simple website from scratch. It wasn't perfect, not by a long shot, but it was valuable. And it was his, something nobody could ever take away.
And that one little skill, it just opened a door. He landed one small freelance project, then another. And pretty soon that little side hustle became the foundation for a real business. And that business, it gave him the one thing he had always dreamed of, freedom. The cycle was finally broken. Kamran wasn't a victim of his schedule anymore. He was the master of his own destiny.
So, Kamran's story is incredible, but honestly, it's not really about him. The real question is about you. Because his story isn't just a story, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to every single one of us.
Because here's the secret. This is the big takeaway. The journey to real wealth, to freedom, to purpose, to having skills that matter, it doesn't start when you get a bunch of money. It starts the moment you decide to truly invest just 1 hour of your own time.
And this is the final, crucial step you just can't skip. It is not enough to just think about it or hope for it. You have to make it official. Because if that appointment with your future is not physically on your calendar, blocked out and protected, then it's just a wish. It's not real. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Right now, as you're listening to this, your future is calling you. That version of you who is successful and happy and free, they're trying to schedule that $1 million meeting. So the only question left is, are you going to pick up the phone and put it on the calendar?